Yo, Tool Shifty crew, what is good with y'all today? It's your boy B with the shifts. Today we got 6 animals. Dual sense wireless controller battery level is low. I do not care. 6 animals that could easily hunt us if they really wanted to. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Go follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Bwithdashifts1. Damn, controller, damn. Sitting there spamming that shit. Let's get straight to it though.
One of the most
join my new
interesting
Discord
things
server
about wild
though.
animals is their behavior, as it directly correlates to how dangerous they are.
Wolf,
most herbivores
zebra?
are shy and elusive
Damn.
animals that
Bro,
choose to avoid humans and any other
hey,
threats
B
at all
with,
costs,
can you check out
others claim the lives of
Cobson666
more
on
humans
YouTube?
than
He's
most
got a really
apex
good song
predators.
called Gun.
In today's video,
I
we'll
will
be
hear in a
focusing on
minute after
animals
this.
that could easily destroy us if they really wanted to, but for one reason or another they choose not to. Some creatures tend to leave us alone because we are simply too different to their natural prey, and others are extremely fascinated with us but rarely choose to take a bite. To find our first formidable creature, we'll be heading into the forests of Oceania, as we'll be taking a closer look at one of the deadliest birds in the world.
What type of bird is
the cassowary is a prehistoric-looking bird that seems to have the tools to be an apex predator.
I swear I've tamed one of those in Ark before. I swear I've seen one of those things in Ark before. This shit looks like an ostrich mixed with a pterodactyl. What the fuck? I want to grab that thing by the neck. It looks like a turkey as well.
But instead,
gun violence affected a man's neighborhood. Majority bird.
They are capable of running at speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour over short distances. And if they manage to catch you, then they have the weaponry to quickly dispatch you. They are equipped with a 15cm dagger-like claw on their inner claw, and it's generally used for self-defense and territorial disputes. At some point in their existence, it was probably used against giant land predators. But today, it doesn't get much use.
There's no way the bird was taking down those things,
Instead, they use their feet and their giant claws to forage for fruits on the forest floor. And these sweet treats make up around 90 to 99% of their diet. Despite this, they have been known to feed on roadkill and small birds. So they are still capable of digesting meat as well as fruits. This means that if for some reason they did have a change of heart and decided to hunt us, they would easily be able to outrun us, quickly slash us, and then consume the parts of our body that are easy to pick off.
Not me. I'm running away from that thing.
Cassowaries are happy with the lifestyle that they currently have, but at least 2 people have lost their lives to these giant birds in the past. The first incident took place in 1926 when a 16-year-old boy was kicked in the neck. And this was after the boy and his brother attempted to hunt these birds with clubs. The second case occurred almost 100 years later in 2019 when a 75-year-old man who kept one as a pet was kicked when he fell in its enclosure. These cases show us that cassowaries can easily eliminate a human with just one kick. But it seems as though it really takes a lot to provoke them. In the wild, they are pretty shy and elusive. Apart from the ones that have learnt that tourists tend to have delicious meals that they aren't too great at defending. Without a doubt, if the cassowary was a more aggressive species, then they would be one of the deadliest animals to humans.
No, they would not. That's a bird.
Of Oceania would be far more eerie and terrifying.
Not dangerous.
To find our next animal, we'll be heading into the world's oceans, as we'll be taking a closer look at the largest toothed whale on the planet.
Toothed whale?
The sperm whale is an extremely distinctive and
freaky ass whale, yo! Gideon, we need an EDP catch on one of these. A sperm whale? What the fuck is that? A sperm whale. No wonder why when you see videos of whales, there's like 8 or 9 of them. Because we got these freaks. Yo. It's like the walking ocean version of Diddy.
Mysterious cetacean, as its anatomy and its lifestyle are so different from most of the other animals that it shares.
What type of whale is this?
They have the largest brains in the animal kingdom, and they do almost all of their hunting in complete darkness. They can dive deeper than 2 kilometers below the surface, and at this depth they hunt giant deep-sea creatures such as giant squid. They use echolocation to locate their prey in the darkness, but the squid often don't go down without a fight. Thankfully, sperm whales don't really seem to be that interested in us, because if they did...
Hey, let a sperm whale walk up on me, no Diddy. Hey, bro, I'm killing it. I'm fishing it, I'm catching it with the hook, and I'm just getting rid of that thing. Hopefully there's not too much of these freaks in the ocean, man.
We would be a pretty
I'm never getting back in the ocean again.
Now, even though we aren't their normal prey, there are a few different ways that they could choose to eliminate us. As they could choose to grab us and then swim down until we eventually drown. Or they could simply choose to click as loud as they can.
I mean, it's a whale. Obviously, they can kill people.
Technically, even though it's never happened, and it's likely never to happen, if a sperm whale clicked as loud as it could in front of you, the shockwave would be strong enough to rupture sinuses, blow out eardrums, and vibrate the soft tissues in your body. After this, the sperm whale could start to eat you, but they aren't exactly equipped with the best teeth, jaws, or throats to do so. They are one of only a few large whale species that are unable to swallow a human whole, and even though their conical teeth are great at snagging squid, they aren't the best at tearing the flesh of mammals. Despite this, I'm sure that they could find a way to do so if they really wanted to. And as they live in family groups, they'd be able to work together to achieve their goals. I'm sure that you paleo nerds are fully aware that the sperm whale has a giant extinct relative that probably would have hunted us and everything else it came across. But thankfully, you can safely swim with the sperm whales that are still alive today. Almost all of the cases where sperm whales have harmed humans is when we have tried to hunt them. And there have been a few cases where sperm whales have adopted other cetaceans into their groups for short periods. This shows us that they are much happier seeing us as a potential friend.
What are they doing?
But if they really wanted to, they could hunt us very easily. For our next section, we'll be heading over to the vibrant wetlands of South America. As next up is a reptile that we love to feature in goofy horror movies.
No, anaconda.
The green anacondas are the heaviest and the second longest snakes in the world. And if you were anything like me, I was completely terrified of them
get your tongue back in your mouth.
In my life, I thought that I really needed to avoid quicksand and anacondas, but it turns out that I really didn't need to worry about either of these threats. Not only is it very hard to perish in quicksand, but there's never been a recorded case where a green anaconda has killed and consumed a human.
Wait, so there's other anacondas that could possibly kill you. It's not just green? But green ones probably are dangerous though, because if you step on one, it's definitely going to poison you.
As I've covered a few times on the channel before, one man attempted to get eaten by one for a TV show.
Why would you do that? Why? That is the stupidest thing ever. You deserve to die at that point, man. Cause what? Bro, you attempted to get eaten by a snake for a TV show that you're not even going to be alive to see if it actually worked. Oh my goodness, man.
And even after dousing himself in the fluids of its natural prey, the anaconda really wasn't interested. Man. This doesn't mean that there have never been any deaths caused by anacondas, just that there haven't been any that have been verified. And there have been a few nasty attacks and some very close calls in the past. The green anaconda is capable of bringing down animals that are far larger than we are, such as tapir, marsh deer, and caiman. But it just seems as though we are too alien for them to see us as food. The true largest size that an anaconda can reach is a complete mystery, as there are simply so many unconfirmed reports, and it's almost impossible to weigh such a large snake in the wild. Despite this, the heaviest verified specimen weighed around 200 kilograms, and a snake of this size could easily drag a human into the water and drown them.
That thing's a football player,
us really wouldn't be an issue either, as smaller snakes have done so in Asia. So really, we can be grateful
they kill people
that
in Asia
to leave us alone. Some claim that our shoulders are simply too wide for an anaconda to swallow, but personally, I find this hard to believe, as there must be wider parts on the animals that they regularly
if you can't swallow a plate cleaner, that'll take like 5 days to eat.
And spend most of their time waiting for their prey to come to them. Fishermen looking for their next catch would likely be their most common victims. Some experts argue that they need to conserve energy because of their great bulk, meaning that they will only commit to hunting an animal if they know that they can successfully bring it down and swallow it. So I wouldn't exactly recommend running up to one and giving it a hug. But thankfully, these giant snakes seem to be content with hunting their regular prey. Why would you even
think about doing that, man?
To find our next animal, we'll be heading south, as we'll be venturing into deep, dark, icy waters. The leopard seal is one of the most unnerving mammals that can be found in our oceans, and most other creatures have reason to fear them, even though the majority of its diet is made up of krill. As I covered in a recent video, they can tackle large birds and even seals as large as young elephant seals. Just like a few other predators that are extremely successful hunters, they are known to play with their food, and they've even attempted to feed humans with penguins that they've recently captured. In the few instances where humans have interacted with leopard seals in the water, they have proven to be fascinated with us, and they've even formed bonds with divers. In most cases, this fascination has been a bit intense, but mostly harmless.
So they're like water dogs.
Case where a leopard seal dragged a researcher to her death. It's impossible to tell if the leopard seal intended to kill the researcher, but she did have at least 45 injuries across her body. To this day, this is the only fatal incident involving these creepy yet intriguing pinnipeds, but there have been a few close calls over the years. Some of you may argue that the
That's
only
sad,
reason why
man.
leopard seals don't hunt humans is because they don't encounter them in their natural habitat. But of course, they aren't only found in the frigid waters of Antarctica. They can often be found along the coasts of New Zealand and South Africa, and in 2021, 3 spearfishermen were lucky to exit the water with their lives after encountering a particularly aggressive leopard seal.
Dang.
The men were spearfishing in False Bay near Cape Town when they noticed—
That's all you need to know. It's called False Bay, bro. Why would you be fishing there? Yeah, False Bay. That's already bad enough.
Leopard seal approaching, and after checking them out, it continued to bite and bump them. The 3 men had to travel 400 meters to get back to shore, and the seal managed to damage their flippers and disarm them of their spear guns in the ordeal. This must have been an extremely frightening near-death experience, but you'd think that if the leopard seal really wanted to, it could have grabbed one of the men and dragged them under. These marine mammals can reach weights of up to 600 kilograms, so really they could easily overpower a human in the water, and we are much easier to catch than some of the seals that they usually hunt. It seems as though the leopard seal in this case was simply testing the men to see if they would be easy prey, and when they put up a bit of a fight, it decided to let them swim to safety. We can count ourselves lucky that they seem to show some level of caution around us, because if they knew that the odds were stacked in their favour, then we could hear of swimmers disappearing in the waters around South Africa and New Zealand. If leopard seals were a little more daring and reckless, then they would hunt us on a regular basis. But luckily, we don't have to lose sleep thinking about this possibility.
Dang.
For our next section, we'll once again be diving into cold and unforgiving waters, but this time we'll be heading north. The Greenland shark is arguably the creepiest creature that you can bump into in northern waters, and they have a few abilities and traits that make them seem almost immortal. Famously, they are extremely long-lived animals, with some experts suggesting that they can live for over 500 years. One of the reasons behind how they are able to do this is their slow metabolism, and this combined with their freezing habitats means that they are relatively slow-moving fish. Their undead appearance and their slow lingering movements has led to some people referring to them as zombie sharks. And just like zombies, they'll feed on pretty much anything they come across. Polar bears, moose, and even human remains have been found inside of Greenland sharks, but it's likely that all of these animals were dead when the Greenland shark ate them. Like other deep-sea sharks, they love to feed on carrion and are great at sniffing it out, but sometimes they will actively hunt in our oceans. They'll feed on a wide variety of fish as well as sleeping seals, but their slow swimming speed means that they have to catch their prey off guard. Luckily for the Greenland sharks, we humans are pretty useless and are pretty easy to sneak up on in the water, so if they were a little more aggressive, then they'd easily be able to hunt us. Divers have swam alongside these sharks in the rare cases that we have encountered them, so it's clear to see that they don't usually see us as potential prey. One of the reasons why we haven't seen a fatal Greenland shark attack in the past few hundred years is because they look for freezing temperatures, meaning that in the summer months when people enter the water across their range, they are usually nowhere to be seen. If the Greenland shark was more tolerant of warmer waters, then they'd be able to snatch unlucky swimmers from busy beaches, and the unfortunate victims would be oblivious to the danger. It appears as though this hypothetical situation is almost impossible, especially with rising ocean temperatures, so we can be grateful that these creepy giants need the coldest temperatures that our oceans have to offer. For our final section, we can remain in our oceans, as we'll be taking a look at the most obvious animal that could feature in this video. If you ignore the dominance of man, the orca is easily the most dominant animal in the world. An adult orca has nothing to fear apart from maybe other orcas, and they can easily eliminate every animal that they come across. Famously, they terrify sharks and destroy them just so that they can eat their nutrient-rich livers, and they can bring down the largest animal in the world and the aforementioned sperm whale. The question of why orcas don't hunt humans fascinates many of us around the globe, and it's a question that has a few different complicated answers. Some orca ecotypes only feed on fish and are relatively docile, but there are some mammal-eating orcas that hunt animals that are much larger than we are. These are the orca populations that would be most likely to snatch a human, but thankfully so far this has never happened. There was one strange case where orcas in the Southern Ocean wave-washed a boat with people on board, but it's possible that they were being inquisitive and playing instead of actively hunting. In 1972, an 18-year-old surfer claimed to be bitten by an orca off of Point Sur, and even though there was no reason to doubt his story, it was never verified, so we'll never really know. Young orcas tend to only hunt what they have been taught to by older members, and this means that they usually choose to leave us alone when they encounter us. Just like the leopard seal, they seem to be fascinated with us, but they usually check us out and then get on with their day. Of course, there have been a few fatal incidents in captivity, but the animals involved in these cases were kept in horrible conditions and were probably suffering mentally. There were only 2 different orcas that claimed human lives in captivity, with Quito claiming 1 life and Tilikum claiming 3. Both of these individuals had very saddening stories, and unfortunately none of them have survived into the present day. If an orca had a terrible experience with humans just like Tilikum did, then they can become very dangerous. And if they made it into the wild, then it's very likely that they would look for revenge. Swimmers and surfers would be incredibly easy pickings, and you wouldn't be safe on a boat either. As some adventurous orcas along the Iberian Peninsula have showed us, they are more than capable of sinking boats and forcing people into the water. So really, they could hunt most humans that they would come across in their ecosystem. The fact that orcas don't hunt us is one of those strange things that makes the natural world so interesting, as there are always animals that break the rules and seem to swim against the current. If these giant cetaceans did hunt us, then I'm sure there would be far fewer people willing to enter the water at beaches, and we'd have to come up with high-tech detection systems to warn